Hi guys, this is Tablet-News.com and I'm here with the Evolio Aria, a tablet with a Romanian branding. So this is a 9.7-inch Android 4.0 tablet from Eastern Europe. The price is 220 euros. This means that it's an affordable Android 4.0 tablet with a dual-core CPU and pretty decent performance that we're reviewing for you right now. So this model was launched in stores in Eastern Europe in September. It comes with 5 years of warranty and it's actually the first dual-core tablet from Romania that I'm getting my hands on. From what I can see, the design is actually pretty good. It's a pretty resilient tablet with a quality back, solid build. There's no squeaking or any strange noise like the ones coming out of the Galaxy Note 10.1 for example. There's no plasticky area to bend and it feels overall like a pretty solid device. However, what I must object is that this button here, the on-off button, is a bit too embedded into the device and it's a bit hard to press. Also, if you'll watch this closely, you'll see that the tablet's backlight is bleeding a bit in these parts over here at this edge, so only if you watch it closely. And you'll see right now, if I zoom in, you'll see a little bit of backlight bleeding from the screen and that may bother some of you. Okay, so these are my only objections when it comes to the design. The tablet measures 9.9 millimeters in thickness, it weighs 570 grams and all its ports are focused on one single side. So on this side you have the on-off button, micro SD card slot, the HDMI port, audio jack, micro USB port, charging port and infrared port right here. Here we have the front camera and on the other side the back camera, 2 megapixel camera. Let's see what else we have here. The volume buttons placed right here and there was something else. These two little holes, one is for reset and one is the microphone. So that's about everything you can say about this tablet when it comes to the design. Pretty sturdy design. Aside from that backlight bleeding, everything is okay. So inside we have a processor, a dual core processor, an ARM dual core processor, 1.5 GHz. The identity is an ARM Logic 8726 MX processor. It's a system on chip setup, 1.5 GHz as I said, a dual core one. The GPU here is a Mali 400, the famous one that also provides the graphics for the Samsung Galaxy S2 and Galaxy S3. So on the graphical side we're all set, there's nothing to worry about. I must mention that this here is a 0.3 megapixel camera and the one at the back is a 2 megapixel camera, in case you're wondering. This pretty bright display that you're seeing right here is a 9.7-inch screen, an IPS panel and a resolution of 1024 over 768 pixels with good viewing angles. Pretty decent viewing angles, I have to say that. And this is the site of the company that makes this device, the Evolio brand. They also have a bunch of other tablets. If you watched Tablet News before, you probably saw the Evolio Evo Tab Fun that you can see right here. Anyway, getting back to the specs of the device, the tablet comes with 1 GB of RAM, DDR3, 16 GB of storage. There's also Wi-Fi and there's also 3G. You can attach a special dongle to the micro USB port, a special adapter, and insert the 3G dongle. The device runs Android 4.0.3 Ice Cream Sandwich as shown right here. It also has Wi-Fi obviously. Its battery provides 5-6 hours of use and it takes about 2 hours and a half or 3 hours to charge to the maximum. Other stuff worth mentioning is that at the back we have this speaker. It's a 1 watt speaker and the tablet supports video playback in quad full HD. That means 3840 over 2160 in resolution, which is pretty impressive. I haven't heard about a tablet that plays quad full HD up until now. And this infrared port right here serves as a remote for TV sets and other stuff like that. Also the tablet supports NKV, FLAC files, PDF files and most of the other famous formats. So let's stop this screen automatic rotation. I just stopped it so you don't have to deal with it for the rest of the review. Okay, now it's time to test the multimedia part of the tablet. For that I'm going to use the music application, play some songs and see what the 1 watt speaker can do. So we got the Muse album from years ago. Let's listen to Resistance from Muse. Here we are. speaker is right here. It's shaped like a fish. You can also apply some effects. Or you can go without effects. Now let's listen to another music genre to make a difference. For example, we can go with example, sort of a hip-hop vibe, also a bit of dubstep. This is the song, and a dance vibe. So the audio volume is pretty good, the bass is pretty good, the tablet doesn't vibrate at the back as other models do. I can think about two of them, the Asus Padphone and the Motorola Zoom 2. Those vibrate when you listen to music loudly. Okay, we listen to music, now it's time to watch a video. Go into the movie player. This external micro SD card, and let's watch a trailer for G.I. Joe 2 Retaliation. Here it is. We also have some pretty interesting options in this movie player, you'll see them in a bit.
Let me get this straight. One whole weekend you looking after my little girls.
Yep, as long as I can bring this. I love your kids, but they live to terrorize me.
But dude, see that?
Security's early.
So let's jump ahead in the video.
World ain't saving itself.
And these are the options that I mentioned. You can set the resume mode. You can see the file information, the brightness, and here's the full screen mode. So it has pretty decent viewing angles, as I said, and pretty good brightness. So I'm happy with both the viewing angles and the brightness of this IPS screen with a resolution of 1024/768 pixels. So the audio playback is good, video playback is good. Time to check out the camera. And here's the camera. We got this little car here using for testing purposes. So the camera is right here in the corner. Here we are. This is the camera taking a picture. Don't expect too much from it since it's merely 2 megapixel sensor. Here's the pic, zooming in. Not a lot of detail, pretty grainy, pretty blurry. And now let's see some effects that we have available here and some options. So we can change the white balance, we can change the exposure, anti-banding, storing the location of the photo. Other settings, well, we can film using the camera. And these are the options again, white balance, time-lapse or something like it, and again setting the location. There's also panorama mode right here, and that's about all you get when it comes to video and photo capture. It's pretty underwhelming if you ask me. I wouldn't have implemented the camera on the tablet since it's not much use anyway, this camera application and camera itself. Okay, so now that we tested the multimedia part of the tablet, it's time for the good old benchmarks that we have right here in a screenshot area. So these are the screenshots, and this is how much we scored in quadrant. Actually pretty good for a no-name tablet from Eastern Europe. It's actually pretty decent. My device scored 3,819 points. We surpassed the Galaxy Tab 2 10.1 that scored 2,600. We surpassed the Acer Iconia Tab A200 that scored 1,900. We surpassed the Motorola Zoom 2 that scored 2,500. So this one is better than all those models. I only mentioned dual-core tablets from Samsung, Acer and Motorola Xoom that are being surpassed by this model that's also cheaper than them. In Antutu we scored pretty amazing 7500, while the Galaxy Tab 2 10-inch version scores 5000, Acer Iconia Tab A200 also scores close to 5000, and the Motorola Xoom 2, well, also around 5000. So this one actually rocks when it comes to benchmarks. In Nenamark 2 we scored 36.5 frames per second thanks to the Mali 400MP GPU. We compare that to the Galaxy Tab 2 10.1 that scored only 18 frames per second, while the Motorola Xoom 2 only 19 frames per second, and the Acer Iconia Tab A200 25 frames per second. And in Velamo, where the score isn't that impressive, 1114, but it's past Samsung Galaxy Tab 2 10.1 that has 900 points, and also it's close to the Acer Iconia Tab A200 with 1290 points. So we surpassed every Tegra 2 tablet we mentioned in this comparison. And finally here we are, this is the browser mark score. We scored 111,000, as you can see right here. Let me zoom in for you. We compare that to the iPad 3 100,000, and that's all we can say. It's actually a very good result for a cheap tablet with Android 4.0. Also, you should know that the Galaxy Note 10.1 scored 150,000, so we're close to a very powerful tablet, which is a very impressive performance for this model. As I mentioned, it runs Android 4.0.3 Ice Cream Sandwich, shown right here. There's a CPU mode setting that allows you to run it in normal, performance or power saving mode, so it's actually a very cool setting for this device. Other things worth mentioning are the browser and keyboard. Here's the web browser and here's the keyboard, actually pretty comfortable. You'll see Tablet News loading immediately. As you can see, it's very easy to use the keyboard. I'm having no trouble at all. And let's try and connect the Wi-Fi, see if you can get it to work. Here we are. Now the browser should work without problems. And let's try to load Tablet-News.com. Still waiting for it. And seems to be loading, so here we are. Our Wi-Fi disconnected for a bit, but now it's back and the site is loading in all its splendor. This is the unboxing of the device that I'm showing you right here. Here's the scrolling. Considering this is a 220 euro tablet, I was surprised I didn't have any lag problem with it, any bugs, anything like that, so it works like a charm. As you can see, no problem here. Also we got multitasking, very easy to use. That dual-core CPU is actually a pretty good one. I have to remind you, it's a dual-core 1.5 GHz CPU, an ARM logic unit. So you saw the web browsing. I was surprised to see that we also get Google Earth on this device, like on the Nexus 7. But let's kill some apps before we go to Google Earth. Here it is, Google Earth. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's a very demanding application. And it seems to be working right now. Among the usual feature on modern tablet, in some parts of the world you won't get Google Earth to work. And here we are, this is the area I'm in right now. Pretty decent graphics on the tablet with Google Earth. Once again, this is the Evolio Aria for those who are tuning in later in this review. Let's kill some more apps. And other than that, you got your usual applications that include a calendar available right here. Here's the calendar, obviously. We also have Gmail available. This is Gmail. And aside from that, we also have the browser you saw earlier. We have an app called EvoBook. It's offered by Evolio, the company that makes this tablet. It allows you to download books and read them. It's sort of an e-reader slash book downloader app. Okay, so this is the cover of the book. And here's how you swipe between pages. Pretty slow animation if you ask me, but it's decent for reading. You can also add a bookmark and pick up where you left off for later reading. Okay, other than that, obviously you get Google Play Store included in here. Some cheap tablets from Asia don't offer the Google Play Store, but this one does. Here we are. And it has all the apps you need. I've installed a couple of games. You see them in separate reviews on our sister site, androidpipe.com. Obviously, we also have Google Maps that works like a charm. And we also have an HDMI port, as I already said, so you can easily connect the tablet to your big screen TV and have fun with that. So overall, it's a pretty good tablet at 220 euros, very good benchmark results, pretty good screen, very nice audio speaker at the back. And now it's time for the pros and cons of this model. On the pro side, we have the good CPU, good benchmarks, pretty attractive design, pretty slim tablet, 9.9mm, good speaker at the back. The camera, well, at least it's here. I wouldn't be upset if it weren't. Also, we have a fluid movement in the interface, probably the most fluid tablet from Eastern Europe I've seen recently, and I've seen a lot, believe me. It has an HDMI port. Here it has an infrared here. Those are all bonuses. The latest Android on the Romanian tablets, that is Android 4.0. And those are the pros. On the cons, we have that backlighting bleed from the upper part. We have the camera and the battery that only offers you about 6 hours of use. And maybe this button that's hard to press, so very little cons this time compared to the pros. We give the design of the tablet an 8.5 out of 10. We give the hardware 9.5 out of 10 since I'm very impressed about the price and the hardware it offers for that price. And the operating system and user interface, we give it a 9 out of 10 for a total 9 out of 10. A very good buy. It's a must buy if you live in Eastern Europe, in Romania. 220 euros for a dual core tablet, 1.5 GHz, fluid interface, HDMI port, and all you need, all a single device. This is it. This is the Evolio Aria. Hope you like the review. This is Tablet-News.com. Bye bye.